character. Mamma mia.
Alright, we're live now, but I'm not doing the intro yet because I didn't even put out my notifications.
Alright.
Fantastic.
But just remember all the rules I laid out now, children.
Go.
The rule, you can't curse too much now.
Sound like one of the Marmots from Final Fantasy.
I was already about to break the rule.
This man, bro. Get him out
I
of
know!
here.
Like, it's crazy!
You're
Oh,
such a
man.
professional. Smile.
I know!
What's
What's
it?
happening?
Listen, what do you mean what's happening?
What do you're the one who said, "Oh, don't say the bad words." Proceed to say the bad words. Don't say the bad words, guys.
I
It's
stopped
like,
myself. That's called adapting.
it's
I'll
like,
give it 10
what do you want us to do at this point?
I give it 10 minutes, bro.
I give it 10 minutes.
Mayhem is me,
Give it
bro.
10 minutes.
Okay.
I will also bet 8 minutes, bro. Don't worry.
Crazy.
Put my money on.
Man is gonna say a tweet, bro. Say the fattest C
Dude,
word.
I'm gonna say
I
I'm
know.
gonna say like dolphin noises. Like
What?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
You can't say that, Haru. What the hell?
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't want to get DMCA'd by Nickelodeon.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly, brother.
Gonna hit me with a Disney.
Do you really want to get invited to Disney? Do you don't want to get invited to Disney?
I get to wear a fancy suit and then proceed to live out of a box.
Proceed to live out of a box.
Alright. Sorry, I was really taking my time on the notifications this time around.
Oh.
Welcome, one and all, to the 5th episode of the Mental Stack Podcast, where today we won't be talking about the mental stack. Unless, of course, you're playing neutral with Nintendo. Because
Damn, what a segue.
we are gonna have a little fun conversation. You know, maybe just make a couple of hypotheses, or you know, speculate about the recent happenings in the Jesus Christ, so the Smash Brothers community.
My dude is dying. We haven't even started.
I'm sleep deprived.
No
I'm
sleep.
just saying.
I'm
just saying.
I'm your host, Trickster. Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm your host,
My
Sue.
brother in Christ.
This is my other host,
My
Trickster.
brother in Christ.
And
My
then
brother
today,
is
listen,
dying today.
shut up. And we also have, I didn't feel like adjusting the overlay, cry about it. And in our Discord, we also have, like, our friends that consists of, like, 5 other people, who all go by names, that they can disclose if they want. Thank you, Nilis, for following. It's about time.
You're welcome, bro.
That's crazy. About time.
What is happening? The host is just like, what is? Just go to bed at this point. I don't know.
It's called,
Like,
listen, it's called comedy.
yeah.
This is the most professional stream I've ever been a part
Comedy.
I know.
of. That is the only
Please.
stream I've been a part of.
Listen.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
Comedy
you
is a
figure
very
it.
important part of keeping an audience.
He shows up to the club. Everybody pity laughs.
Haru, I'm gonna hug you.
Oh damn!
I'm gonna hug you
But
real
you
good.
thought of something worse. You thought of
Affection?
something worse. The thought was there. You know it was.
Toby, I don't know. I don't know at this point.
He's got a 10-second timer, bro.
So anyway,
I'm confused.
since
Oh,
one of us is a bit more capable right now, why don't you, Trickster, give us the rundown on, like, Oh, Ziggy, were you doing an intro?
I just wanted to say my name, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to
Make
say
sure you
my
say
name.
hi to
Hi,
your mom
Mom.
too, because like she's definitely watching. This is a nationally broadcasted like channel on television.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think she is.
Then stop talking.
But hello, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Hi, Ziggy's mom.
I'm on
not
Twitch.
amazing. No
No,
respect.
I don't know. Somebody other than me, give the rundown on the situation. What's been happening with Smash Brothers?
Well, Melee
Why
just
doesn't your
finished their Big
co-host
House
do it?
10.
Well, I mean, you're all my co-hosts now, so welcome to being on a podcast.
Well, Smash Brothers just finished Big House 10, and literally like less than 48 hours after it ended, Nintendo sent out a new statement regarding their rules and terms of service for running tournaments in Japan currently, but as we all know, it will probably extend to North America, and the community is understandably angry and confused about these new rules they have to follow. Namely, including tournaments have to be less than 200 people, they can't have cash prizes exceeding a certain amount, and they have to get a license, but in the past, Nintendo has always been stringent and stingy about giving these out.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the gist of it. We can popcorn read it. I like
Well, that's
I read a
popcorn.
little bit of it earlier.
You can hear it too.
that is essentially what's happening right now with Nintendo, and they just decided to, for reasons that we are just here to speculate at this point, as like what is happening and why are they making this kind of decision? Because that feels very strange considering Smash is one of their biggest IP, and on top of being one of their biggest IP, it makes a lot of money and is dear to like a lot of people. So
We can only
there's a lot of like why essentially.
we can only speculate, and Nintendo is truly an enigma when it comes to this whole Smash Brothers debacle. They certainly don't seem to enjoy Smash Brothers having a competitive community that is trying to thrive and make money from hosting tournaments and stuff.
It's like just trying to have a competitive community. They have been since a very long time, since the Melee days. Not even the Melee days, but way back when the problem happened between Evo and Nintendo, and they refused to have Melee being able to be run there on a big stage, which was at least at the time a big blow to the Melee community. And well, sure, it backfired a little bit, and Nintendo at the end ended up, well, not Nintendo, but like the Melee community has been a little bit closer thanks to that, but it's still like always scary, I think, for the Smash community to try to saying about like, oh, let me try to run tournaments, and it's like, oh, you never know what will happen. Essentially, it's just always going to be a mystery. It's like they will just do what the hell they want because they can.
Yeah, I'd be like, I really do be like that sometimes, huh?
And even if you want to play devil's advocate, it's technically their IP, right? They can do whatever the hell they want because they
Yeah.
can, and
I mean,
that's essentially
couldn't help but
that's
have like the entire conversation earlier where I was pretty much playing devil's advocate the whole entire time. Mainly
yeah.
because I'm kind of a nihilist, but it's like it is their IP and like their within their right to see to it that it is only being monetized by them.
Yeah, legally they're 100% within their right, but you have to also consider just how much they're screwing over probably their most loyal fan base.
But do you have to consider it?
Yeah, but no, you don't have to. But the
No.
problem comes in is like, it's always going to be. What do you say about the whatchamacallit? Sure, it's legal to do that, but it doesn't feel very moral at the end of the day. Sure, it's ethical to say, well, I can deny you care for whatever reasons you have because you didn't pay me, but it's not very moral to do that anyway, and you still like get looked poorly because of that, right? Being legal doesn't mean it's right, and in a lot of different cases, well, it's not right,
Well,
but it's legal.
there's that's an opinion, like, and
Ain't an opinion.
there's you can like fight for these things, but like the slim chance in this one in particular that like it would mean it like that you'd have any chance of actually getting some sort of change to happen where you can just run tournaments without a license, like, and also like with the company who owns that IP with their hands off of the tournament as well. Like that's it, because one, again, it's like their property. So like it wouldn't be fair to them to do something like that. So that's, I mean, if you think about it like that, morally, it would be fucked up for God damn it. It would be it would be screwed up for them.
So I guess Toby, you won. That's 10 minutes.
Or
There you
whatever.
go. I'm just saying. I'm just
won?
saying.
Dude,
It's 10 minutes.
it was
It's 10 minutes. There you go.
It was one bad word. It's fine.
We bet it on. I bet it for 8 minutes. He bet it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes it is. So
Man, a
I'm
stopwatch
just
already.
saying.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is all. That is all I'm saying. There you go.
Dude.
You're the one who said it. So
Hi,
you
Goober.
deal with the consequences now. I'm not.
Well, actually, we have our first chatter actually because of that. So I'm
It's
pretty
your
sure
fault.
I did right. Anyway,
So is the lesson to swear more.
hello,
The
Goober.
more we swear, the more people we get. Oh my god, see your genius.
Yo, that's content.
Genius.
Dude. Let's just moving along. We're doing fine, Goober. We're talking about recently
The newest Nintendo regulation.
just to keep you updated, Goober. We are talking essentially about how Nintendo has yet again wombo comboed the Smash Brother community into like not being able to function like in the tournament aspect of things, or like really make any money off of that without having to be really limited, like extremely like unreasonably limited. Like we should really go over some of the things they put. So like
I mean, if you want to see, like, just go to the Nintendo Japan Twitter account.
I'm gonna go to it's the Nintendo
Japan
Twitter.
Yes.
Is it just like their main Twitter? Is there gonna be a tweet I have to like translate?
No, you should be able to translate it.
Well, I mean, Twitter should be able to translate it, but
Is there any way you could just link me to the tweet There's a lot of stuff here.
Uh,
Oh my
I
combo
need
word.
to.
But essentially, like, some of the limits is like tournaments can't have more than 200 entrants. There can't be any cash prizes. The entrance fees cannot exceed 13 USD or 2,000 yen. I'm pretty sure that was 2,000. It was either 2,000 or like 20,000 yen.
No,
Anyway,
It's 2000, I'm pretty
It's
sure.
2000. It's 2000.
yeah. What was the other ones? It was the tournaments can't have like be named anything that uses like elements of the name of games owned by Nintendo. So if the tournament was named, for example, Super Smash Con, the Super and Smash part would have to be removed because that's their property. So you're not allowed to have that. But something like the Big House would be fine because like it has nothing to do with them. Which is ironic. Me using that example, but just in that vacuum, it works as an example.
So after looking at like the some of the guidelines is like that you were talking about the names of community tournaments may not contain Nintendo trademark or IP such as Nintendo company's name, logo, product, or service names such as game titles, name adopted from Nintendo games such as the character names. This include any shortened or modified use of Nintendo trademark or IPs. Other than referencing the game, the name to indicate which game it is being played at the community tournaments may not make use of Nintendo trademarks or IP, including logos or character art as part of community tournament activity.
Like you can't even use any art of the characters. Is how far they're going. Like I didn't hear the logo in there. I didn't hear that. So maybe we could still
Oh
put the Super Smash Brothers logo.
no,
No?
no,
Not
because
even that.
no,
Hey.
because like it would be the Nintendo company name, logo, product, or
Oh, you did
service.
say a logo. Yeah, so
Yes.
you basically have no way of saying other than literally just saying this tournament has Super Smash
So
Brothers in it.
so for instance, the tournament SmashCon, yeah, no, that's not. You can't do that anymore.
So
Mm.
now it's gonna be like a nightmare to market your tournament at like just out of the gate.
Well, your tournament cannot be called Smash. I mean, it's annoying, right? But I guess it is. You can still bypass it. A lot of, it's annoying, right? But you can still like, you know, get around it, I suppose. But it's still like so
Yeah,
tone deaf. I sent you
it's
the tweet, by the way.
oh wonderful. It's
You can just translate that.
yes.
So, for instance, there's a lot of things because there is like the whole entire
Wait,
page of like.
wait, where is there a link here that leads to the guidelines or
Oh, didn't I? Oh, I sent the wrong thing. Jesus.
okay.
I think I should have put it in the right place, but you can just scroll down.
Yeah, okay. So it says here tournaments that are not permitted by these guidelines include, but are not limited to, for-profit tournaments, These are not permitted under these guidelines, even if they only charge entry fees and admission fees below the amounts specified in the guidelines. So, essentially, right, like the first rule says it right here. You're not gonna be able to make money off of this.
Yeah,
At all.
it means unless you have the explicit permission of, Nintendo boy over here. No, that is just that simple. Just no.
You're also not allowed to have online tournaments that collect admission fees from spectators. There will be no tournaments that make it a condition of entry in tournaments or viewing tournaments to subscribe or follow a YouTube channel, which I think is really low, by the way, because that's, I mean, come on, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Or an X account, or any other streaming channel or social media account, or subscribe to a paid membership. Tournaments in which tournaments in which participants are paid a performance fee or other expenses. Or other expenses is the messed up one. Because like that really encompasses a lot more than you'd think. Because like, I mean, what does that mean? Like, they're not gonna, like, there's a lot of esports teams that will pay, like, for their players to get out there, so I guess they wouldn't be affected because this is just directed at the tournaments, right? But, like, what if the tournament wanted to pitch in getting players out to participate in their tournament? So you mean to tell me that the tournament wouldn't be allowed to pay, like, traveling expenses for the players coming to the tournament?
Yep.
Like,
Yep,
if they were to want to pitch in to help with that, they wouldn't be allowed to do that. Why? Because you said so, even though that's literally an aspect of the tournament that has absolutely nothing to do with you, Nintendo.
Yeah, baby.
Well, okay. It's not allowed to have tournaments that receive goods or money from third parties, such as sponsors.
No sponsors.
It's not allowed to have tournaments involving the sale of food, beverages, or merchandise.
That is also.
That one is the one that I think angers me the most. So we're not allowed to sell merchandise for, like, our tournament, even though our tournament doesn't necessarily only have to have Smash Brothers in it. It could also have other fighting games, and, something like Evo, which has so many different games and does have its own merch for sure. If Evo had a Nintendo game in its lineup, just all of a sudden, magically, they would not allowed to, like, I wonder, does this only apply to the venue where they're having Smash Brothers? Or would this actually encompass all of Evo? Because, like, we're not about to have an Evo where we're not selling food, drinks, or any Evo merch. Like, that's just not happening.
It says here that, like, it's applying to every community tournament. Evo, despite how big it is a community-run tournament. So, Evo is also applied there.
So, essentially, Nintendo's never gonna have any Nintendo games at Evo anymore, like, ever, period. Because if it did happen, it would just be an awful tournament because you'd be starving, you'd be dehydrated, and you'd be walking out looking like a bozo because you couldn't buy an Evo shirt. So, like,
no money, no maidens.
No maidens.
What's the point? Host like 20 of your friends at home, but it's not that big a deal.
It's like, not only are they trying to kill the tournaments, They're trying to kill the people watching the tournaments and playing in the tournaments too, apparently, because we're not allowed to eat or drink anymore, I guess.
Yeah, but like again, it's like if Nintendo is like okay with
Dude,
if Nintendo says that like, oh yes, it's fine because that tournament has a license, the license that Nintendo would have to
listen,
give
dude.
you.
Listen, dude. I've been playing devil's advocate this whole time, but for once I'm going to give my opinion. I understand everything until they get to the food and drink thing. That is like something that I personally, if I had the power, I would come after them in court. Like that just doesn't seem okay to me. Like, brother, you mean to tell me just because we have one of your games in this like event that encompasses way more than just your IP, that we cannot feed the people participating in our event? That's just inhumane. That's ridiculous.
Sakurai's vision.
Yeah, the Smash Brothers community patch notes just dropped. No more food. You guys can't eat
Tournaments are
anymore.
really a battle of attrition now.
Can we all just have a moment of silence for the Smash Brothers community? Jeez, dude. This crap is just like crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a special candle I only burn for situations like this.
it's like yeah. Like the thing that is very strange is like all these rules, if you did, no matter how you want to look at them, right? They just don't make sense. I want to say.
Dude, you had me until food and drink, like, brother.
No beverages.
No.
Here's
My-
weird though. I don't know why they
my
don't want that in
brother.
there.
Please.
I
We
also
need
understand.
nourishment. Like it's actually a requirement to live, to eat food and drink water. That is not debatable. And it's not something that should be limited.
Yeah, but I mean that's essentially what they said. So I don't really know what else you just like.
It really
It's
does feel like Nintendo is solely a company that exists to spite its consumers.
But it's like it's not the first time that this has been happening, right? There has been so many instances that you can pull up from the history bag of like Nintendo doing this, doing this stuff where like very anti-consumer practices, right? Despite the fact that well, this whole entire topic was about the relationship between companies and like game development companies and their communities, right? Nintendo is one of the example that is the worst, essentially. They never necessarily cared about whatever you think as uh, the consumer or you the community participants or whatever. You just use the one who plays your game, plain and simple.
If
It's
I'm
like
remembering correctly, there was also a rule in their new regulations that you have to play like on a Switch. Like you can't use any kind of emulator or anything. So Melee tournaments are pretty much fucked up.
oh yep.
Hey,
Yep.
wait for real? Oh.
Yep. Yeah, yep.
I mean, no, like that one's understandable because piracy bad, but like
Yeah,
No
but like
food and
I
drink,
mean,
no food and drink though.
yeah, but like sure, but like I mean, to me, that's still like it's still not an excuse to like whatever everything that's happening right now is just like Nintendo is like what in the garbage is happening
I
right
don't
now.
know. I just played Super Mario Wonder and had a great time, and then they turn around and slap me with this, and I'm back to hating Nintendo, just like that. They had a
mean,
W, and then like quickly we're like, oh wait, here's the L. We meant to give you the L.
Wait.
Our bad. We meant to displease our consumers. Sorry. We would never want to please you guys. We apologize for the inconvenience of giving you a W. Have this L instead.
Sad too, because I genuinely can't remember the last game that is like I didn't even I watched that tomfoolery and like I can't remember the last time a game has made me smile more than Mario Wonder. It's like wow.
Dude, I would
Feels like
love
that.
to spend this podcast preaching the good word of the game that is Super Mario Wonder, but I don't think I want to give Nintendo the time of day right now after what I just saw after waking up today. Because they don't deserve it.
How dare you eat and drink, scum?
I know.
They actually like they actually are just like one of the biggest like scum of the earth like companies like I've ever seen. It's crazy.
Yep. That's like I mean there isn't much to say.
Why less entrance though? Like only 200 people. What you gain?
Yeah.
What happens if it gets too big, huh? And I gonna be
It's
happy about
no, they're just gonna get sued.
that? Oh,
I'm
200
it's
and
like,
what, bro? Sorry.
I don't know, man. I'm just
It's like that. What do you want to say? It's like you're just going to get sued, just like the rest of them.
And you follow all the guidelines. You do all that, and it is literally just for fun. 'Cause you wouldn't get money. The community was already the laughing stock just because most tournaments would be like, oh, here is actual income that you can use for like actual prize money. Smash. Now here's a gift card from the Gap.
here's a
And
gift
a
card to
little plastic
Applebee's.
controller. Oh yeah, like I guess you get like $100. Like here you go. Is that gonna pay for your trip down there? Down to Mac?
No,
No. No, this isn't.
actually,
But
like
hey,
Nintendo went to
like,
go buy some milk and then came back and then like slapped you across the face and gave you a few cigar burns on your arms and then said like, oh yeah, here's the milk I bought. Don't forget I got the milk. You can have some milk.
like just no cash prizes, bro. Like that. How? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? What, you give like what little
No
trophies
selling
you made in
food
your
and
garage?
drink. No
gift
selling
cards?
food and drink. No selling food and drink.
That is really bothering you. Huh?
That
That's
is
basically.
that is just bothering him. But like I don't. Yeah,
Dude. Dude.
Nintendo, everybody.
Nintendo, you almost made me drop my croissant.
My croissant.
I'm kind of sad that this is such a PG. It's not PG podcast, but there's so many things I want to say.
No.
So many things I want to say to you, Nintendo. Nintendo, if you're watching this, Nintendo, listen to me right now, you rapscallions. You want to tussle? Come on.
No, please. I'm not gonna get one lawyer, are you? And you're just gonna be like scribbling. in the
Yeah, you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't wanna be thrown down to the streets because you decided to fight the Nintendo
Yeah.
lawyer.
Dude,
Why don't you swim across the ocean so we can tussle?
they're gonna say, "Well, lawyer, bro, that is it. That's going to be the end of it, brother." They're gonna slap a briefcase down. They're gonna knock the clothes off. You gonna be
The first to 10 final destination, no item.
Legalese the English translator, please. Ah, I'm broke.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Dude, alright. Well,
it's
now
like
we've got all that off of our chests. Alright, I think the podcast's over.
what the hell?
What?
What the hell? But like, really?
I'm sorry, man. I've been out of it recently. I haven't been streaming on my main. You know, it's like, dude, I'm telling you, Trickster, I hate to admit when I'm wrong, but like, you were right about that stream that went on for like 17
Yeah.
hours. You
Yeah.
were right about it.
Well, yeah,
That shit
because
had-
that's because
that
that's
shit had me
because that's
fucked up, bro.
retarded. Because that's retarded.
Dear lord.
That
you
that shit
cannot-
actually
you
sucked my
cannot-
whole soul out for the rest of the
It's
week,
like,
and I'm still recovering.
Bro, I remember when that happened to Twinkie, and he was like drawing for like 10 hours straight. I told him that day, it will fuck you up, and it did. For the next 2 days, couldn't do jack shit because he was dead. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Like, you need to realize that you have a body, and no matter what, your health is number one. No matter what you decide to do in life, it does not matter if if your health just isn't there. No matter what things you want to go and do, no, it won't work. You can just throw it in the garbage because it will not matter.
And you know what? I think we can use that to segue into a new topic. Let's just all be healthy. I mean, come on. Your health is important, chat. Your health is very important. Is everyone hydrated right now? Let's all make sure we're hydrated.
Ziggy, look at me. Ziggy, look at me. Look how healthy I am. Wow.
Very healthy.
Yeah, I watered my organs just like how I water my plants.
Don't have plans, brother.
I got a tree.
Oh, also,
Brother,
I got a
in
dream.
regards to
brother,
Nintendo,
I've seen you. This is cocaine.
Oh, see.
Hey, you gonna do my man's like that, bro?
Hey,
Cocaine Connie, bro. That's crazy.
my
This
brother.
is part of the food group,
This
you
is
know.
cocaine.
No,
This
Basic
ain't a
needs.
Cocaine
No.
is not
Psychological
basic
needs,
trees.
Sue,
Yes, Lauren.
is this 420 friendly?
He just said cocaine.
This
You're
what?
Unless you're gonna roll up and sponsor your
Alright, yeah.
medication.
$4.20.
You can.
Excuse me, sir.
What the?
Is this 420 friendly? Can I say 420?
Sponsored by Cookie.
Let me get my lechuga out.
There's gonna be like a glass case on the wall that has like weed behind it. Says like break in case of emergency.
I believe it. I believe my man has a
Break for Lauren.
nigga period once, bro.
My
That glass is getting
I
shot.
will.
Yeah,
I
it's
will.
like Squidward.
Bro, I will
Fuck.
throw you out the window. What are you saying to me?
Let me change my name because I can't be a cop.
Well, what were you gonna say about 420, Lauren?
I was just saying, is it okay to smoke in chat?
Yo, what the? I'm not gonna stop you, bro. Do that how you want.
No.
Cool.
No,
We
no
just
food and
prohibit
drink
it on
allowed either.
podcast.
Actually.
Alright, it's a good thing I already ate.
Well,
Hold on, let me finish
Nintendo
this.
doesn't what you go in here on a full stomach, so make yourself vomit right now. Chop. You gotta be starving coming into these tournaments.
Yeah, I won't survive.
So the 2,000 yen limit is for registration fees, not for prize limits.
Okay.
Yeah, no. The
Well-
prize limit is that you're not allowed to have any prize at all.
Yeah.
So actually, the prize limit is worse, like by a very large margin.
By the margin of infinity.
Yeah. So there you go. Whatever band-aid you were trying to put on that one, let me just crush that into dust for you real quick, Smile.
Oh.
Welcome to the world we live in, people. Open your eyes, sheeple. Listen, this is the real world.
They're
Tell
putting
me about
chemicals in the
society.
water.
They're putting the
They're putting
chemicals in the water. They're turning our tournaments gay.
They're turning our tournaments gay. I mean, I want to say it's wrong, but I mean, Umisha did win a tournament, so
Bringing it back.
No, good news, a tournament.
I'm just saying that, like,
I just can't wait
Mm-hmm.
to see everyone else's take, like all the other content creators. I'm gonna go put some microwave in the popcorn. God damn it!
microwave in the popcorn.
I'm gonna go put some popcorn in the microwave.
Oh,
I think that's this just
Oh,
Hold
it's
on, let
wasn't.
me
over.
just add an element to the stream. The Sue fuck up counter.
So over.
It's so over, my dude.
Don't
it's
worry,
so
we're at
over.
7 right now. I've been keeping track.
Full
Alright.
microwave in the
Keep
popcorn bowl,
track.
bro.
It's kind of like a little mini game, you know.
You warmed up that microwave, bro.
I'm gonna wake up in
Crazy.
the morning and like that will be my 100th fuck up. And I'll get an email from like myself that says, "Congratulations, you made your 100th fuck up today."
What do we win? Nothing. Get out.
You win having to live more. Have a nice day, champ. Like, anyway, what was I saying? I'm gonna go put some popcorn in the microwave and watch all the new videos that come out about people's takes on this situation, because I love it when people shit on Nintendo.
You must be really happy right now because that's kind of the norm.
I know. I think
telling you,
Storm
man.
of Bruin, yeah.
I think that's the cocaine.
Dude, do I sound like somebody who does snow?
Let's have a microwave to be warming up.
Just preheat your microwave.
Got a microwave that needs to be popcorn, apparently.
Bro,
I know.
If it makes you feel any better.
I don't
it-
exactly know the science behind that, but you know,
Look, if it makes you feel any better, it's day 80 of Ziggy still not
Dude,
telling me
okay,
where the
let me-
directions are on the egg carton, alright?
let me give
fine.
all
Telling
the
you what?
chat. I need to give you some wisdom, okay? Because I've lived a long 21-year life. I need to tell you what not to do in life, okay? So the first thing I can say for sure,
don't
if
listen
you
to him.
stream, don't stream for more than 8 hours. And also 8 hours is already pushing it. 4 hours is probably like the most
4 hours.
you should stream.
4 hours.
Yes, 4 hours. I'm a Giga Chad, so I go up to 8 hours. But do as I do, not as I wait. Do as I God.
When's the 24
Do
hours
as they
stream
say,
end?
not as I do.
Yeah.
Fucking still can't talk, guys.
Also, don't quit your job because you don't like it. Just suck it up and keep working. And if you do quit your job, go make sure you have a different job already there to move to. And also stay hydrated.
Those are good words of wisdom, Sue.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't apply to me, so yeah. See ya, bro. That's a you problem. There you go.
You still gotta be hydrated.
Well,
Does anyone have examples of good companies that interact with their fans in a positive way?
I mean, there
Arc
is
To
System
balance out
works.
the badness.
Arxis, yeah.
If Arc System cared about me, they would implement the Fluxus shield. They just play about it.
you are not allowed to be talking.
I can and
Yeah,
I will.
excuse
No.
me?
That mechanic is doo-doo and you know it.
No, you're
Yeah.
doo-doo.
My
That's
home,
it.
my home. If no one's got my back, Daisuke's got my back.
Daisuke.
Unless your name is Ramlethal Valentine, apparently.
Or Zato 1.
Alright, the racism.
He's being inclusive. Modern controls chaos, guys.
Yeah, but if you're a happy
love
cast
Daisuke.
player, you bet your
I
ass you
love
got your whole life planned out for you. Courtesy of Daisuke.
Okay.
Please help me.
Oh man. I'm at my wit's end. Help.
I would say Capcom is both good and bad in terms of customer relations because they seem to understand what the fans want, but they're also horrendous at like implementing it. Because they showed off the extra costumes for their characters, but then haven't said a word about like when they're getting released or any other information about it, and then charge $20 per Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle avatar
Yeah,
costume.
dude, ever since the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit, I've been dead, bro. Like, how?
Like, it doesn't
Why?
make sense to put enough money to buy a brand new game just for 4 in-game avatar items when you also show off costumes that fans have been begging for and then still don't do anything about it.
These guys are walking around looking like the Monopoly man.
Okay, it was like
Shit's crazy.
even okay, like even Arxis, like sometimes they haven't been like the greatest of people, right? I do think that what is ultimately right now, there's a lot of companies that are doing better than Nintendo in terms of like just community in general, like taking care of your community and just doing what they want, because at the end of the day, for any video game that you are talking about, community will remain their lifeblood. It's essentially, well,
Whatever happened to the customer is always right.
The customer is always non-existent, more
no,
like it.
the customer is not always right, and that ain't the thing.
Well,
The customer is not always right.
Working at a grocery store would sure have me thinking otherwise.
Yeah, tell that to Mr. Krabs.
Look, Alyssa is different when it comes to jobs and whatnot, but when you a big old company customer, no longer matters.
Dude,
you gonna eat that slop, you gonna like it.
If you have to say it's different, then I already proved my point. Mic drop.
Pick that shit back up. You ain't done.
It's like it's not always the customer is always right. There is a lot more on a lot more things about.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm just being a nihilistic piece of shit over here.
You're just a little gremlin, a little munchkin. Fun.
Go ahead, Trickster.
It's like, I think for this kind of stuff, right? It's like it's always like a mix of both. Sometimes, especially depending on where you're looking at and in which situation. Because I guess to prove my point, I would need to like bring up a little bit of examples. So, for example, if you are listening to the majority, right? Not necessarily the majority, but like if you're listening to your community, sometimes there can be very big errors and mistakes that can be brought in simply because the community does not understand the game they are playing sometimes, especially when it comes to the topic of like balancing, for example, right? If I was the developer and I had to listen to somebody that is arguably not very good at the game I've made and very like low rank or low level, they might think that like, oh, this is unfair, it's too strong, etc., etc. Despite it having clear counterplay that they are not implementing because they're just not good enough to understand that counterplay.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, usually if they main Jacko, they'd be right. You should listen to them.
What the hell?
What the what? Bias
So-
Betty over here is crazy.
So it's like it's always like this balance that you have to strike between like, oh, listening to the community, or and then also do what you want as the community. It's your as the developer, it's still your game. You should be able to make the decisions that you think are better for it. But it is still very important to listen to the community because it is still the lifeblood of your game. If nobody plays your game, well, your decisions don't matter because nobody cares because nobody's playing it. Right? It's always this. But you need to be able to like give a lot to the community, while the community gives back to you in return. There's a lot of games that you can talk about that are like this. Deep Rock Galactic, for example, Warframe, that are doing a lot of like community-driven projects. There is a lot of community streams that are being run by the official Warframe. The official Warframe Twitch account. Same for Final Fantasy XIV. They also have a lot of community streams in NEU and I assume in Japan,
Yeah.
talking about the community, celebrating them, and just engaging with the community.
Yeah, you know what Nintendo gets us? Nintendo Direct. That's it.
The direct content that you will have no say in.
Nintendo directly telling you, here's what we have planned. Talk to you next month, idiot.
Yes,
Here's what I got. Take it or leave it.
This game seems a little bit unfinished. You gonna do something about that? No. Okay. All right. I'll be on my way then.
It's not on the list.
Look, Harun VC chat. That's me right there. Incredible.
That's pretty accurate. That's pretty
I'm-
accurate.
I'm a very good memer.
I'm a great beaver.
I have the bestest memes. The
I got-
funniest memes.
I got the funniest memes, the greatest of memes,
The greatest of all memes.
the
People
greatest.
come
Of,
from miles talking my memes.
look at mine.
What the
Incredible.
So good.
Anyway,
So
the thing about like community and developers, like it's just like any relationship. You need to nurture it, and you need to as the developer sometimes do the right thing. Sometimes, especially when I guess you are the developer of the game, you can get blindsided by the fact that it is your project and you wanted to do it the way you want, even if sometimes it's
Sorry,
not.
Nintendo. Sorry. God.
Even though sometimes it's just not the right way of doing things, and sometimes you need to drop the ego and just realize that, like, well, there are other things that you could be doing for the better of everybody, right? You would get more money because you keep your customers happy, and then, well, you would have more in return, more that is not just about the monetary value, I suppose.
Yeah.
Even though technically you could,
Nintendo's over here looking like the Doom guy. And all the demons are Smash Brothers tournaments.
Bro. Okay.
Trickster.
no, sorry. I was just trying to find an example just to make sure of what I was about to say.
You're gonna post it in chat.
No. I was just making sure. But anyway, the thing about all what I was trying to say is, like, there is a lot of companies that do and die by their community, right? I guess one of big example that happened is it's not in recent years. It's like No Man's Sky, for example.
Mm.
If you all remember how that came out the first time, No Man's Sky was a catastrophe, and
Yeah.
I'm being nice,
Yeah,
saying that it was a
yeah,
catastrophe.
yeah, I remember that. Basically a Kickstarter scam when it came out. Basically,
It
it's
was
probably being polite, actually.
it was really, 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 really bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
so-
it's only because of the few like the little bit of like the community that is like left because of all that it ended up being the way it is. And that we have and that we now have No Man's Sky being a video game that's actually pretty decent right now. But it's
Mhm.
because like the community believed in developers, and then it fed off that, and it was like a virtuous cycle at the end. So it's a bit like that relationship is, I think, very important, and then people and like the majority of the developers tends to forget about, especially when you're talking about games that are supposed to be long lasting, like live service games, especially.
I mean,
'Cause I
I
guess-
for one would like definitely like to see Nintendo get their up and comings. I don't know if it ever will turn around and bite them in the ass though,
No.
because they're so
No,
big.
I think
but,
Nintendo's
like,
too large and old of a company to actually get affected by anything that they do.
Having
I'm
if
gonna
it's
have
something
to
like
agree
a
with
lot
you.
more bigger and like legal to the to a lot more people, then yeah, that some stand could be taken. But I feel like this is just like a much smaller community.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
they're saying
as long as
they
Nintendo
keep
doesn't take a piss in Disney's Cheerios, I think they're fine.
essentially if it doesn't affect the grander scale of people, but as long as they keep obliterating their fighting game, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna come out of this.
It'd be really
Yeah,
funny if
especially 'cause
Nintendo told
looking at
Smash to take Sora out of Smash.
You keep complaining, no more Sora. Oh,
Dude,
Lord.
I just think it would be funny at this point if Disney was like, "All right, you got to take Sora out of Smash now." Actually,
That is, oh my Lord, no, I'd explode.
especially because like looking at Nintendo's IP, Smash Brothers is a relatively small IP for them. Like it's a
Yeah.
big IP that everyone knows about, but they have Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, Pikmin. Like
Yeah, no.
they're not
in-
going anywhere just because of one bad decision that they make that affects a single community that they have.
Yeah, but like I mean, like they never cared to begin with, and it's like the what you call it, the decision that I'm making um about these IPs is like, yeah, as you said, Pokemon is just the number one IP in the world, and it is owned by Nintendo. It is
Mhm.
bigger than Star Wars. It makes so much money that even the guy that has that much money doesn't even know if they give it doesn't even know what to do with it. It's too much money on top of too much money.
Yeah,
That's where we are right now.
you can go anywhere in the world and show a picture of Ryu and Pikachu, and 99% of the time, every single person will know Pikachu.
There's no
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
Ryu from Streets.
Of
Ryu.
beats.
But
Fortnite.
like,
Ryu from Fortnite.
But Nintendo sponsors professional Pokemon competition.
yeah, they
There's
do.
the trading card competition. There's the video game competition. Like they have no qualms supporting that type of competition. There's no crazy barriers to jump through there.
Yeah, but like even in the
fighting games.
in the Pokemon, at least I can talk about the Pokemon, not the trading card game, but the
The VGC.
yeah, the VGC. I can talk about it, but it's the same. It's kind of the same nonsense over there as well, because it's very much they do not care about what is happening to you as the players. There's a lot of decisions about Pokemon video games that people hate, and that, like, at the end of the day, Nintendo never cared because they do what the hell they want. Because again, I'm very sure that, like, even if they do, talk about the Pokemon VGC, they, in terms of money making, it's most likely a whole lot of nothing.
Hmm.
It's like it's only like affecting a very part of the community of Pokemon, and also the people, like, their bottom line is not affected. Pokemon's bottom line is not affected by a bad a bad VGC tournament, or even like a bad, just about TCG Pokemon. Really, they don't care. It's like a drop in their gigantic bucket of money. Really, that just
Pokemon's
is.
also a different case. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say that Pokemon is also owned by the Pokemon Company, not strictly Nintendo. So I'm
Yes.
sure there's different types of like backroom shit that we're not seeing.
Yeah, there's a lot of backroom stuff that we definitely not, like, we don't really know of how the contract works, etc., and all that nonsense. So we do not know the whole story, right? But it's to say that, like, at the end of the day, Smash in of itself is not an IP that Nintendo actively cares about, because they have bigger IPs to care that makes more money than Smash
Yeah.
overall. Like, what you were talking about is like Mario, and especially Mario. Actually, Mario is the Legend of
Hmm.
Zelda. They make more money than Smash.
Yeah. Like Smash wouldn't be a thing without those big IPs in
Also,
Smash.
yes. Also, yes. Smash wouldn't be a thing without all these big IPs being there anyway.
Like back in
So
1999, if Sakurai tried making Smash Bros. With brand new characters, it would not be the IP that it is today
it definitely would
at
not have
all.
been the IP. Yeah, because essentially they use the fact that all these IPs were recognizable even back then to fuel the fact that uh, fuel everything else, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing you'd have behind it is that it's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
was like, but like, it's a Nintendo game, and like, even back then, like, all these IPs was still like growing and being very good, and even recognized by the people who were playing video games back then. But watching, Smash coming in with like all these IPs of, recognizable characters that people knew of, is like an easy way to get easy money,
I mean,
right?
even if it
The-
did grow with a new cast of characters, like if it was still like as popular, just as popular, they'd probably still be making all these stupid rules anyway.
Oh, almost definitely.
No, almost definitely. Like,
Not,
frankly, Nintendo has been always
not
like,
like it
it's a
would,
prime example.
not like it would change that.
Yeah, but like, it's a prime example of Japanese companies, I think. Because I think Japanese companies are very much like that, where they do not care about what the consumers thinks, and they like to do the things their way.
Hmm.
Which, to be fair to that, is, I think, sure, is a bit of an extreme, but is an extreme that was, I think, necessary at the time, because a lot of Western company were going into the other extreme of listening, what I was saying before, is like listening too much to their community. And because they were listening so much to their community, they ended up being like this bad, uh like, you would end up being a bad product because you listen to people that did not know what they wanted, and yeah, they did not know what they wanted, and therefore you muddled everything at the end, and you ended up with a worse product. that is essentially how the Western tends to do. Japanese company have a tendency to just say, we're not going to listen to you at all, and we're just going to do whatever we want. And sometimes, well, the developers' visions is just prevailed, and that's how we have Mario essentially. Because they essentially, this is just Nintendo decided to do. We're gonna do whatever we want, and we know we're gonna like. We know you're gonna like it, no matter what, because we know what we're doing. Yes, they are very good developers, and they are able to do very great things, a very great game, but it's still at the cost of the community in general.
Nintendo
So
makes incredible games. They just make the worst business decisions of all time.
pretty much, yes.
Yeah, they kind of make some LPR decisions and like business decisions for sure. Like,
On the opposite end, sorry, go ahead, Sue.
I don't know, it's just so crazy, like how a company that makes such wonderful games is so like toxic, I suppose. On the other hand, when it comes to the community.
Yeah,
Community
Nintendo
comes first.
also like is kind of anti-consumerism with their own products because they're so vehemently against emulation that like they don't even have old game soundtracks like available on YouTube. Like I remember when they were shutting down that stuff and they were making it so like if you wanted to play Link to the Past today, they were expecting you to go on eBay and pay like $800 for a SNES and then another $800 for like a copy of Link to the Past cartridge just so you could play it because they just don't want you to have access to these games.
Well, to be fair, you can play Link to the Past on the Switch now.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest example, but like they've done that with older games. Like they make it almost impossible, like Bubble Bobble or some other random game that they used to have that isn't available on like the Switch Nintendo eStore.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Who the hell's playing Bubble Bobble?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, like it is
I know.
true,
I'm
right?
sorry. I'm just being facetious. Sorry. I had to think for a minute to remember what Bubble Bobble was.
All right, guys, I gotta go eat dinner, but this has been fun. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, yeah. No
Thank you
problem.
for coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Yes, and you have a good day, sir. Have a wonderful
You're already gone.
bro. See ya.
Damn.
Nah.
The Peter Griffin laugh.
He really did. I'm actually upset.
He really is sad.
Well,
Yeah, I really wish Nintendo could just like be more friendly to the tournament community, but unfortunately they don't want to do that. So
Be more friendly.
yeah, more friendly.
none of that.
Ay, Lauren.
Player game, and if you want to play it competitively, we're gonna frown on your ass.
Yeah, I mean, just
It's
Simple as that.
PSA to all you people playing competitive Smash. I'm sorry for your loss. Truly,
I mean,
am.
they knew. I mean,
Have you
okay.
heard of a game
They
called Guilty Gear Stripe? We can build Noah's Ark and take you all into Guilty Gear Strive land.
Noah's Ark.
The promised land.
Yes, the promise in the name of heaven.
Oh my god.
No.
You.
No, but seriously, if you're like a diehard Smash fan and you haven't played Guilty Gear, you should seriously try it out because you might find salvation in playing Guilty Gear instead of Smash Brothers, and then you won't have to deal with stupid ass Nintendo.
Yeah, man, play a real game. Hell, even Street Fighter, you know.
Even Street Fighter, but like Guilty Gear's better, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that could be their other option if they don't like it.
I mean, if you like strike throw and jumping over fireballs
Mhm.
and anti-airing,
Yeah.
then yeah, Street Fighter.
Does sound like you're having a good time.
Or you could even go play Fortnite or something.
I
You
heard
can
the
even
dude
play
the old death
Fortnite
was
or
coming
something.
back too.
There's Ryu in Fortnite. There you go.
There's Ryu in Fortnite.
So is
Like-
everyone, bro.
That, in as sarcastic as I sound, that honestly is the best advice I can give anyone in the Smash community. Just let it go.
What if
It-
they don't
That's
want
all
to?
it is.
Nintendo is not. It's never gonna happen with them. They don't want you there. So
Mhm.
why be there? Okay,
But
like
honestly, it feels like
why even continue playing a game made by a company that sees you as nothing more than a speck of dust?
yeah.
I mean, you could always go play Rivals of Aether or something like that instead. There's plenty of Smash clones.
Uh.
You could even
I mean, there's plenty.
try stuff like that out.
I mean, there's plenty of Smash games that I think are like even I would argue better than Smash. I mean, especially like I would say Rivals of Aether is a little
Yeah.
gem that like you know people don't give enough credit for
All
in
community.
yeah, it's
Rivals
because
of
it is a
Aether
small
players, rise
community.
up.
Yeah, no.
Now's your chance to strike when the iron's hot.
I mean, to be fair, like Rivals of Aether, like the developers are already working out hard to make Rivals of Aether 2, which is, if you haven't seen it, a very gorgeous game, and they seem to be going very, very well. Like
Hmm.
right now, if you go take a look at them on their Twitter
Well, are
account.
they making like a second Rivals of Aether or something? Or
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
seen it? Yeah, they
no?
are making a second Rival of Aether that let me just like
Is it
give
gonna be
you
like in
some
3D or something? Like, what do you mean by gorgeous?
yes. Let me okay, let me give
What's
you
boy?
just
You stop that.
Yeah.
you can
Cut
stop
that
that.
out.
Where did I put that? Because I think I talked about Rivals with someone else, but I don't remember where did I put this. Oh, I know. It's
Yeah, I
in
mean, you know
Artpicker.
what, everyone?
So Artpicker in this
Now
server.
that we all know that there's a new Rivals of Aether game coming out, when that game comes out, literally everyone playing Smash Brothers, I want you to turn around, get on Noah's Ark, go over to Rivals of Aether. I would love to see Smash Brothers just die on the spot as soon as that game comes out. Not gonna lie. Ugh. I mean, like, you know what, Nintendo? If you want Smash Brothers to die so badly, let's all let it die, and then see how they like it.
They already got our fucking buddies. So
Because
like,
they're really
okay.
asking for it. They're really asking for it. Like, I mean,
Hey,
and then you know what, Nintendo? The next time you release a game that can be competitive, don't you better not expect people to turn around and try to come back to your sorry ass and want to make a community out of it.
They already got their money.
It's
If anything, we'd
crazy.
have to set an
Wait, that
example for the
doesn't
next
make any
one.
sense. Oh, I know. That's why I can't find it.
They might as well just kill the
Oh, it's
game.
gonna be too much.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn off the servers.
So not has video, but has link. There it is.
Because, like, Nintendo, if your
Uh,
goal is to try and somehow monetize Smash Brothers tournaments,
I sent it to
you're
you
not
too.
going to succeed, and what's actually going to happen is you're not going to monetize any of it. You're just going to drive people to other games.
I just sent it to you, so you can take a look.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Hey yo. Hey, that looks pretty sick actually.
Well, it looks pretty sick.
Yeah, you know what? Like,
Oh,
I don't know.
I
I
see
do. I
the
do think
vision.
like it.
I see the vision.
I do think like it. It just looks sick.
I will definitely have to play this when it comes out. For sure.
Like they are working. Like there is a lot more videos if you go into their Twitter account of like
They're just calling it
like
Rivals 2. That's crazy.
yeah, because I mean that's what
Hmm.
it is. It is just Rivals 2.
Yeah, but they got rid of the Aether part. That's crazy.
Ah.
I'm fine with it. I mean,
You know,
everyone was already only calling it Rivals anyway, so
yeah, it was only
that's how the
fair.
hell you pronounce Aether. I'm probably not even pronouncing that right.
No, that's
Aether.
fine. It's still Aether.
But yeah, that game looks pretty dope right now, actually. And you know what? I bet it's gonna be on PC, so that's already one thing that's better than Nintendo.
I mean it's PC with rollback, so
PC
yeah.
with rollback. So you know what, Nintendo? Fuck you.
They're gonna remember that.
I don't give a shit. You can take it down on my channel, but you cannot take it down on my spirit.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Yeah,
Why did you
you're.
That be said.
say it out of me? So.
Yo, LK. Wait, is LK live right now, Haru, or what? What do you mean by that? On Twitter or something? Haru left. God damn.
Early. Ain't no way my man shut up and said, "What I doing?"
Oh, instant
That's crazy.
transmission. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I think we've pretty much gone on for long enough about this topic, and it was a nice podcast today. And thank you all for tuning in. Since I am a wreck, this isn't going on for as long as some of our previous podcasts, and I apologize. But you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You know, we all learn from our mistakes, and you know, hopefully it won't happen again in the future. So thank you all for watching. I have been Sue.
Well-
You know, because my name isn't Trickster. It is in fact Sue.
You never did clarify.
No, you didn't actually.
I did.
Damn.
Well, just now.
Okay. And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Why?